Hello, this is me, Raina. I'm a tattoo artist. Very different than my per usual content, but it's something that I've been thinking about for a while, and I thought it would be fun. And people say all sorts of different things about their opinion about my voice, so I thought I would try to attempt this, and see what happens. And there is an art form that I can express to you today that I think could work with this, and we'll just kind of go with what feels right. And I'll tell you things as I just kind of show you stuff. And yeah, so today's topic is farm tools. I've got 2 things in here that are not farm tools. However, the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are. And these are indeed farm tools, and I wanted to show you them. It is a different form of art. It's a performance art, and one of my first big developments and passions when it comes to mediums of art. And to me, this is just like oil painting and acrylic. It's a different form of art, and these are them. Perhaps we will start with this one because it's the most boring. It's a bow staff, as you might be able to tell. Bow staffs are pretty cool. That was my water bottle. Bow staffs are pretty cool. They are a farm tool. They're used to like whoopsh, whoopsh, whoopsh stuff. Don't quote me on all of this because I'm just one person, and I did my last black belt thesis like 6 or 7 years ago now. So I'm doing my best. Hopefully you can still like hear me fine. I'm scared. I don't want to like mess this up. Oh no, now my computer's going to something. I did my thesis a while ago, but as far as I understand, there's a lot of the weapons that are kind of used in a lot of like karate, and mainly I guess karate because Kempo is open hand. So Kempo is also a martial art, but it is open hand, so it's like not primarily weapons. But in like Okinawa, Japan, samurais were not awesome sometimes, and the peoples that were hanging out there, farming and doing their stuff, trying to live, had to do something to fight back. So what else do they have? Farm tools. And bow staffs are pretty cool. You could do a lot of things with them. My little guy is around here trying to mess with the staff. You can do a lot of fun things. These can be pretty rough. A lot of the time, a lot of weapons, you want to really consider like using this amount. This is like the strongest amount. This is like has the most power. But something this long, you could do all sorts of stuff. I'm not going to attempt a palm spin with this staff, but I have another one. I have some show weapons too, some show farm tools. So yeah, that's that. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm scared. But it's okay. How about I show you one that's also not super exciting, but maybe I'll do a slight demonstration, or maybe not. I don't know yet. These, to me, I've always kind of considered if I was like in a bad scenario and I had to choose some type of kind of traditional tool like this to defend myself. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. I'll be careful. If I had to use something to defend myself, I would probably choose these, because there's, sorry, oh my goodness, because they're very, like, I like two-handed weapons. They feel really nice, two-handed, I guess, as in 2 weapons, 1 for each hand. These feel so easy, and just, like, it's a nice feeling. Oh, I bonked my cat just a little bit. It's a nice feeling. Usually for something like this, you're gonna hold it somewhere around this region, just about. And especially with these guys, you really want to hit with the last 2-ish inches. I'd say that's about. 2 inches, would you say? And again, that's because it has the most power. And a lot of the time when you're using this, like, especially if you want to hit someone in this general region, you really want to get to the temple. The temple is your best friend. You want to get there because you'll be in dandy shape if you do that to another fellow to get out of, getting hurted. So yeah, I love them. They're so fun. I just like the feeling of them. They're bamboo. So these are they're pretty solid. Like, they'll do what you gotta do. I've had these same ones for I've had these same ones for ages. I couldn't remember if I got new ones or not. But I did not. They're great. I like them a lot. So let me see if I can show you stuff. You do one of these a lot of the time. Bringing it this way and then this is this way. This would be something like, maybe I can try to do a single Sinawali. Not on the laptop. He's trying to retaliate right now. Please don't retaliate. Just stay right there. Yeah. Thanks, dude. I'm sorry I hit you. I don't mean to do that to my little guy. Anyways. This will be... Hopefully this is recording. Imagine this isn't recording. I should check. I'm gonna check in a second, but I'm just gonna be a real... dude. But I'm gonna be real hopeful because I feel like I'm doing fine so far. This would be a double Sinawali. It's not very easy to show here at all, but you're using both of the sticks to hit instead of just one. And then you're just switching and then one. So a little different. So anyways, how about I show you an interesting one, but I'll show you the cooler stuff with this later. So these are my first performance chucks, real good performance chucks. I had some other graphite ones and those were fine, but those got finished on me real quick because of the graphite rubbing against the rope. But these were themed chucks that I got, and I really just wanted them for the colors, but I think pretty quickly after I got them I wrapped them with this black tape. This tape was here, this one wasn't, because there was a little Deadpool on here. Up until when I purchased this, I had not seen Deadpool. And bruh, stop it. Stop being obnoxious. Please, for a moment in time. I had not seen Deadpool, but nonetheless, I thought the colors were cool. And I always loved the black and red vibe. I, for a long time, had my hair completely red, super red. But these were my first little performance chucks. Performance chucks in particular are definitely way lighter. And they're just little ropes a lot of the time. For these types, there are chained ones, which you will see today. My little cat's doing something weird. But yeah, these ones are short. These ones are short, and they're short, and because of the short, it'll have a quicker rotation, and because of the quicker rotation, you can do cool things quicker. And they're not Bruce Lee type for sure, because Bruce Lee had much longer ones. They were a lot more hefty, and those are definitely way closer to something you would use to actually not perform. Do that because you gotta type of deal. So very different in that respect. These are fun and flashy and pretty, and I just like the art part of that. So they're pretty cool. They're weird and a little sticky. like this type of tape, you know, the electrical tape just kind of gets sticky after a while. Yeah, they're strange. But yeah, that's that one. Let me show you this. This is my boken. It's a boken. Just one boken made out of wood. Is fairly heavy-ish. Oh yeah, I forgot that the cats have a bell toy. Cause I was like, why a bell? Where did that come from? Because they have little bells, but like what? So it just has this thing. My old one that I used to have had like a latch thing on this side. But this one doesn't, so it's just... It's a little upsetting. But, yeah. So, boken. This is what you'd use to both, like, gain the strength for such things, and also because you're usually, in modern day United States, not going to use a sharp sword to practice or do most things. So you'd use something like this. There's also like a fancy, flashy sword similar to the chucks that I showed you, and those are usually made out of like aluminum. So they're really light, so they're fun for the flashy, but it's not as heavy. This isn't gonna be as heavy as like a real katana or something. And this is, as far as I understand, should be a fair amount shorter than a katana. Katanas are, I'm pretty sure, quite long. There's other variations though. So, yeah, nothing too crazy town, but kind of cool. So, here's another performance weapon. And this is my bow staff. I'm not very spatially aware at the moment. I'm not so spatially aware. It feels kind of nice, and when you go really quick, you can hear the and that's pretty fun. I like that vibe. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's a nice one, and it's very light. It should also be a light wood. And these are just the colors. I could have made it cooler. I could have just done like black over here and I'd be probably happier with it. But I like this being basically the same like texture all the way around. Just because you're passing it through a lot, you're doing spins of sorts. You're doing all sorts of different things and twisting it around in all sorts of different ways and moving your hands around it a lot. Let me see, am I better? I have a hard time remembering where I'm better. I don't think I do it on this side that much, and I'm a left hand. The weapons. They're very nice. I like the sounds in which I am hearing. I don't know, because it's like supposed to be ASMR, but also like I'm scared to consider it as such. So I don't know. And I don't even know what you can hear. I don't even know if this is still recording. Like, I don't know what's going on. Sorry. Oh, we got 3 more. I thought we had 2 more, but we have 3 more. How exciting. I'm gonna take a little tiny break. Anyways. Hello. Hello, kitty. I'll try to make them quieter, just in case, because I bet she's super loud. Super duper loud. So these are farm tools. Just like the trucks were, and I'll explain it later. These are commas. Do not fret. Do not fret. They are not sharp. They're very dull and they're very aluminum. So like, if I felt like it, I could just bend it. Again, these are performance weapons. They're very light. They're not going to actually do damage. Really anything can do damage, but they're not meant to, really. Very fun little weapons. The stuff that's like here, that's just like how it's wearing over time, is getting really light and like fluffy and weird. And they're a lot easier to like accidentally twirl wrong or like send flying. So let's also like, this feels wrong. It's wiggly up in there. But let's attempt. Not very good. Anyways, that's that on that. Let me do like a, this is like what you kind of do sometimes. They're an interesting little weapon. Very strange. One that I do not have that you can consider in your brain if you want is size. Size are interesting. I never really used them ever, except for like a couple times. Those would be interesting. So my next two are gonna be two of my most special. One is gonna be my most meaningful. The other one is my most favorite thing to use. So we're gonna do my favorite thing to use first, and then my most specialist and coolest by far weapon at the end. My nunchucks, my normal nunchucks that I use all the time. As you can tell, chainage. And in this bit, it twists, and that helps them rotate even cooler like and just move around all sorts of which ways. Because chain, it's a 3-linker, so it's really short, but it's a little bit longer than these ones. Because of the twist and such, and because they're longer, I can do hand rolls way better. Hand rolls is just kind of just the right length for me. I love these so much. I love these oh so much. These are custom. So, the little redses, and the little redses, and this reds, I decided on and ordered them all by myself at my martial arts studio with the manager / instructor. But nonetheless, I think this is so cool and twisty around and go really quick and spinnies. And that, it's a good time. I like it. I like it a whole bunch. With that said, there's other things that I like a whole bunch. And this is right here. Perhaps we will talk about it, and it has a special meaning to me because of kind of everything about everything. This is my special sigil that I love, that I care about, and that I try to show the people. And this sigil is one that I created and designed. It's very, very basic. I want to make it cooler, but nonetheless, it's "You Can't Kill Me." And more or less, it's kind of my thing that is a reminder to continue going. If I'm at least alive, even if it's out of spite, sometimes, even for a little bit, at least I'm alive. And while I'm alive, I can continue to change and grow and get past things. And I won't end this life because of someone else's thing that they did. I will choose to live here again, even if it has to be out of spite for a moment until I can heal. So, I don't know. It's special to me. And I make all sorts of decals about it and try to give them. So, as you've been able to tell already, I have not been fantastic at recording. I do plan for that to get better as time goes on. So thanks. Dude, you better not. Anyways, martial arts really teaches you to get way out of your element and embarrass yourself and feel really awkward and be in front of a bunch of people and not get it right and to yell. And that's really hard. That's really scary. And to try to do that confidently is really hard. It has taught me a lot about fake it till you make it. My kitty's over there. One moment. The idea of fake it till you make it. And pretending you're confident, pretending you're happy a little bit, pretending that everything's going just fine, pretending that you can do it. Even if sometimes really deep inside you don't actually think that. Manifesting that idea of like, I can do all the things that I want to do, and I'm going to get there, and I'm already there. I'm already on the path. So my little cat likes to scratch box, or bag. Said bag should just sit on and then scratch for 10,000 years. And that's what she was doing. So I was like, buddy, not here. Not right now, at least. Yeah, positive manifestation. Trying and being confident even if you aren't. Because one day, you'll just magically get there. That's what the people say. We're getting there. Getting there slowly but surely. We are trying. Anyways, let me show you my last one here. This is my sword. This sword I got for my first degree black belt in some time ago. Maybe 2015, 2016? Maybe? I had to wait 3 years from my second degree to third. So I'm not sure. Like, hopefully it focuses. I don't even know if this is focused. We're already this far. Look at how pretty that is. All these pretty little things in here. It's really cool. So this sword is from Cold Steel. My grandpa gave it to me and it's very cool. He's very special. Anytime that you are given a sword, the giver should give it with 2 hands. And if they don't, they're gonna shank you. I don't make the rules. So, when you receive a sword, you receive it with 2 hands, so that they know you're not gonna shank them. It's a respect thing. I have never done a singular thing, like slicing wise with this sword. I have not, and I would like to at some point, and I think if I may, I'm going to do something very meaningful with it. But yeah, it should be a full tang or whatever it's called. It's quite thickly. Sorry if I'm freaking you out. So I'll be very, very careful while I gently show you kind of this sort of technique that they do, and then I'll kind of show you with my other one, but maybe a little better. So after you're done slicing someone, you're gonna whip the sword, and you're gonna bring it back to your kimono. Say I have my big thick kimono on, and I'm gonna squeeze the whole blade all the way through with my kimono. The whip is to get some of the blood off, and then wiping it on yourself is wearing the blood of your enemies. Pretty cool, right? After you do that, you're gonna bring it all the way through here, where you should have this. Please hold. I think it's genuinely like a dyslexia thing. It's like this way or that way, right, left type, like that shape's that shape, right? Then suddenly it is not. It's very pretty. So that's my sword. Kiss, you my little thing. Let me go through it. It's very nice. So those are my weapons. Not a super long video, I don't think, but it's a video and we can see what goes on with it. I'm so afraid of doing something wrong. I'm so scared that I did something wrong and that everyone's gonna hate me. But I am always willing to learn. So there's that. I hope to see y'all around. I hope that this was reasonable. We'll see as I transfer it to my laptop and try to edit it and see what happens. But I hope it is a vibe. I love these waters, by the way. They're so nice. I don't like eating sounds, so I feel like that was loud. I would cut it out. Good water. Expensive, fancy water, but sometimes a good little water with a little bit of total dissolved solids in it, like magnesium and calcium and bicarbonates and silica. I do like me a little bit of that. Not obviously sponsored, but it's very nice. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you very big time. Hope to see you around. See ya. Hopefully. I'd appreciate it. I would appreciate any feedback in any type of way, that would be very nice. So thank you. I appreciate it. See you later.